plunking right now. I'm gonna be back in a second. I'm gonna go get some stuff, and then I'm probably going to be trying to go live a few times on Reddit, but at least YouTube's is working. Maybe I'll even take my phone with me to continue trying. Not that far. Yep. Okay. Failure one. Like, we only had to fail, I think, 8 times the previous time we tried to stream. I did a dancing stream, Shannon. I was thinking about you. I already posted the link to the Patreon, just to make sure you can find it as soon as possible. I was thinking about you, and I was thinking to myself that Shannon isn't awake just yet. And I kind of feel bad for dancing without Shannon being awake. So maybe we'll dance after this stream a little bit, if time allows. If energy allows. We're still having some connection issues. I'm back in a second again. You silly thing. You silly. You think you can just take my seat like that? Hmm? You just take my seat? Can I have my seat back, please? Thank you. You silly piggy. Okay. Second times that we failed on Reddit. Only a few more fails. Shananana. Brother Isaac is joining us. I watched it. So much love to you. I'm happy to hear that. I saw some dancing too. Amanda, thank you for the love, friend. More dancing is definitely okay with me. We'll see. I'll have to go and get my speaker first, but maybe. Just maybe. Just maybe. If we're lucky. Hi Mel, Shannon, Isaac, and Amanda. Hey, brother Ryan. Thank you for joining us, dude. We're gonna be smoking today, brother Ryan. What? Yes, brother. Hi. I feel like it's time. It is time. Maybe this time it's gonna work. Kijk op hulle website where the internet's put. Nice. Okay. I think we are actually live on the Reddit right now. I do believe so. So I'll say, indeed, and greetings unto you, beloved and holy friend. How nice of you to join. Break my things. My mom is sending me photos. See, she was asking me about, I have 2 cousins who is getting married in the same month, literally a week apart. And since I've been doing the streams religiously, I've been a little bit, let's say, reluctant to go to places that do not have internet access. So now she's asking me, they want RSVPs for who's going to be at the wedding. And they want me to come. But I need to know if the space has internet access first. So my mom is sending me photos, I'm guessing, of the venues' names maybe. So I have to go and call them or send them emails probably. But who knows? Maybe we'll be streaming someone else's wedding soon enough. If that is gonna be what's happening. We'll see. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. Getting married. Both my cousins are getting married. They're both in their later 20s though. I think one of them is in the 30s right now. Getting married, yeah. Getting married. In South Africa, both of these cousins of mine, at least, let me say it that way, they have a certain mindset, about how things are supposed to go. And I'm happy that they have found what it is they want. I'm very happy for them. But I was having this weird conversation with my mom, a while ago. How, like, the one cousin that's getting married, Wimpy, me and him used to play as kids when we would visit my grandma. And we would play for like hours, So we were good friends in the way you can be with cousins, right? But then we kind of lived our own lives. We didn't visit my grandma as much as we could have. I mean, I don't really think there's any fault here, but I ended up not seeing him for quite a while. And then the next time I saw him, he was basically matric. Like I saw him when we were like kids, and then I saw him again when he was like a matric student. Like an 18-year-old. And at that point of his life, he was an 18-year-old, to say the least. And I've never resonated with that kind of behavior. So I wasn't exactly in tune with him. And I was kind of disappointed that my friend slash cousin had become this, if you will. And then I met him now again during our last Christmas. And he hadn't, meanwhile, found a significant other. And now he's going to get married to the significant other. So it's been this process of watching him become as well. And then the other cousin, Louis. Louis, I feel even weirder about because I feel like we had even less time together. Like we had a few moments when we were kids visiting his place, and then there were a moment, I think one visit, weekend, whatever, where he came over to our house, and I just remember us both like sleeping in the same bed, just having conversations late into the night and talking about his side of the world almost. And I could hear the person, if you will. And then I didn't see him again for like a decade, for more than a decade, for like a decade and a half. Because every single time there would be some sort of family get together, he would have some sort of sporting event or whatever. And then I saw him the Christmas before last Christmas. Yes. The Christmas before we started the streams. And I just couldn't talk to him. Like, there has been so much change, there has been so much stuff that the relatability factor has completely fallen apart. And it's curious to me, how that happens. Good day to you, brother Brandon. How cool to have you. We have the happiest of smile seekers in the space of us as well. We're smoking a joint, Uncle Becky. I feel kind of nauseous already. My body is like, ooh, here we go. Here, something's coming. What's coming, friends? What is coming? Change. Yes. If we're going to talk about the 21st century, we're definitely going to be talking about change. Big changes are coming, friends. And I feel there's no time like the present to share the idea or the imagination I had today and the place today's topic is coming from. Jumel Hermeso, interesting username. There's no way Heath Ledger rises up from the dead. I mean, never say never, friend. Never say no way, dude. I mean, I'm smoking right now too. I have 6 minutes before I have to leave. 6 minutes might be enough for me to finish rolling, but I don't know if I'll be smoking by that time. Thank you for joining me though, Brandon. I hope that you can at least tune into some of the calm, some of the excitement that I have for the 21st century. So, the idea that I want to share is this feeling that if we, as a collective society, as a civilization, age alongside the centuries. We are now, as a civilization, in our 20s. You know, this is the 21st century. So, if all of the previous centuries that we've lived through were basically our infant versions of society, we are now moving into the age in which we are going to grow up, in which we're going to become a adult civilization instead of just manic screaming children that try and take things from one another. And to be hopeful for that, along with 444, of course. I've been seeing some fives as well, actually. I'm not feeling like being at work today. Happy to goof off a bit with you all here. Isaac, sending you love, brother Bay. At least you don't have to be alone right now. Family is important too, though. Absolutely, Amanda. I'm not saying the opposite. Family is of utmost importance. I love my family so much. I've been seeing a lot of fives the last few days. I'm not seeing any fives right now. I'm trying to spot some fives. Any fives? No fives on my screen. Along with 4 4 or 4 4 4, of course. To me, it's been 1 1 1 and 44 as of late. Those have been my super present numbers. Who needs tears? Thank you for joining us, friend. We need you. Jasmine and I have been watching Game of Thrones. It's her first time watching any of it, and it's been so interesting exploring these fractals of past human experiences. You get to see a part of humanity that no longer is. We'll start with magic. Perthro. Piorth. Piorth. That's the way it's said. Piorth. Then we'll go Ansus. Teacher. Or God. Then we'll go Degas. Sure, why not? Then we'll go Fehu. Abundance. Degas to me means enlightenment. Piorth, Ansus, Degas, Fehu. Runic symbols are starting to be ingrained in my neurons. Yow! Even though it's fiction, there's a fantasy element. A lot of that show represents the day to day of humans in certain areas far in the past for us. Not only that, but the savagery of trying to hold on to power. You know, that's the thing that Game of Thrones really showed me of how brutal human beings can be to try and hold on to what they think is power, and then watching this power being ripped from them, and then watching them claw to get the power back. Watching that part of humanity can be very visceral. Seeing tropes or absolutes that have carried through and seeing how the progress have happened as people, it's so incredibly cool. It is. It is, friends. We're growing up as a society. Literally growing up. Mariah, good morning, Vietnam. Love you, fam. I don't. Gort, good morning, Vietnam. I feel like that is some sort of reference to a movie or something. The Truman Show? I don't know. How's everyone today? Even better, now that you're here with us, Mariah. Thank you for joining us, friend. How are you doing? Hey, Mel, Shan, Isaac, Ryan, Amanda, and friends. Today was yet another reminder of how being present in this moment to share space and share love, positivity, and wisdom is having such a positive impact in people's lives. I've been, it's been amazing spending some quality time with my nephews and nieces, feeling truly blessed. I love you, beautiful souls, dearly for all you do to make the world a better place. Clint, you friend, that little fractal that you have just typed out, made sounds in my brain, has made the world a better place, dude. Because now I know that there's someone in the world who can say something so beautiful. Thank you, friend. Clint, thank you for making the world a better place as well, friend. It's quite interesting, though, how while there are disgusting atrocities and these things happening, I see the beautiful formative period. We're going into. I feel we were worms, and over the last like industrial revolution, we were basically building ourselves a cocoon of comfort, and now from that cocoon of comfort, we are going to spread our wings and fly like butterflies. Good Morning Vietnam is an older Robin Williams movie. Thank you, Ninja Nanner. I appreciate that. Just as you've watched him, he has watched you melt and become more. I have a cousin who was born 4 months older than me. He would spend a few weeks together every summer. Once we got older, we did what we all do. We grew up and we grew apart. But always love for each other, even though we don't communicate as much as we used to. That love never goes away, fortunately. And the moments that we spend, Corey, right? The moments that we spend with our cousins, with our loved ones, and the joy we had in those moments. Like we kind of get so attached to things not being the way they used to be, and then that being a sad thing. But things never are the way they used to be. Things are constantly in that change, that flux of the infinity. And all we have to do is become aware of where in that flux we are. Where in that infinity loop do we find ourselves right now? And I feel we are basically coming back to center. Within that infinite loop, we are consolidating, we are becoming one again. We're melting. into oneness, into unity. And we will probably stray again, and then we will come back into it, and then we'll stray, and then we'll come back into it, and then we'll stray again into infinity and beyond. Because that's the trip, that's the paradox. Everything and nothing. Everything and nothing. All at the same time. Thank you, Corey, for joining us, friend, and for like educating me as well. I need to see more of the. I need to see all of the Robin Williams films. Actually, it's quite interesting though. Feeling a bit tired today. Me too, actually, Shannon. But I'm here and present. Thank you for asking, Marv. How are you? Terbilis. Love from Shannon is being sent. Thank you for joining us for the yoga, Shannon. Has it helped? How have you felt for it at least? There was no internet, no world army, less police, there was an insane amount of freedom and room for ignorance. People did not have to ponder the goings on of people they didn't live by, entire lives shaped by the environments they live in rather than the opinions and actions of others. Cultures had the power to fight and pillage or even create without the world's eyes. Clint, you're absolutely epic, my friend. What a truth. Enjoy a sunset for the first time in a while. Enjoy the sunset for the first time in a while. Thank you for this moment. Thank you. Thankful for you being in this moment with us. 18 and 18, 88%, the usual. So I have 16, 19 on mine. Not exactly a synchronicity, but I'm like trying now. I have 11 friends watching, so Toast Malost's energy is here with us. You Schmexy, no you, no you, sofa, sofa, sofa. You this makes you one, dude. Thank you for joining us. I need to write more magic. Okay, there we go. My brain. My brain doesn't have to figure out what those noises mean. They mean change for good. I'm gonna write for good. Change for good. That's a difficult one. Easier said than done sometimes. All the people I know, my cousins, are the coolest, each in their own regard. One is all about the mom life and doing as much as she can for her kids. They all do, but she's pure mom. Another is all about the environment and science. They all make me feel like I'm overflowing with gratitude for all the memories I'm fortunate to have. Not only the memories you're fortunate to have, Corey, but you have helped them, as you mentioned, become who they are. That who they are right now is because of the bits of soul that was you that have bled into their souls, you know. That they have been able to be themselves more fully because you have showed them your fullness. So thank you, Corey. Hey, it's the PK. So nice to see you, friend. How are you doing, brother Bear? Thank you for joining us. How are you doing, man? How's the fitness journey coming along? Have you made any more progress? Do let us know. We want to celebrate you. The 21st century, PK. We're in the 21st century. Like today's stream is coming from this place of imagining society or our collective civilization as an entity. And as this entity, we age in centuries instead of in years. So if this is the 21st century, we are 21-year-olds as a society, as a civilization. And 21-year-olds can make good decisions just as much as they can make bad decisions, but at least we don't have to go through puberty anymore. Is this analogy landing? I do hope so. Thank you for joining us with the bear. We have Jumpin', Jack, Jumanji, joining. Damn. Jumpin', Jamack, and joins and some jump, 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 jump. Thank you for joining us, Jumpin' Jack, Jumanji. What an absolute jazzer to Jav you join us. So much love to you, Fred. I love you, dude. Thank you. Thank you for being here. How are you doing, dude? Are you excited about the 21st century? What do you do when your friend isn't giving you your money? Ugh. That is what I like to call a Yasi Bobasi. Excited yak. And that is also what we call insensitivity. I'm sorry, dude. That is brutal, man. Yeah. It's very brutal because it's one of those moments of you don't want to lose the friendship. You don't want to have the friendship even be in detriment. All you want is things to be easy, right? You just want this person to give you your money back and then for it to be done. Then we can both move on, right? But nah. Mm-mm-mm. It's not gonna be that easy, unfortunately, friend. It never is. It never has been for me either. You know, like I wouldn't call her a friend. She did like to I mean, she wanted me to be her family to the point where she gave me a new surname and a new Chinese name. But that's a long-winded way of saying that this friend of mine who I used to work for also ended up not exactly giving me my money. And at first, I was extremely bitter and sour about it, and I was hoping for the worst. Nanana, manana, this person needs to go to jail for the amount of exploitation. Skippy bapty bap. But then eventually, I just realized that this person is probably not even thinking about these things, and I'm now expending valuable current moment for nothing, literally for nothing. And I had to kind of forgive, and I had to forgive $10,000, dude. And I'm still actively forgiving. I'm like, yeah, I don't. Who needs it anyway, right? But it's difficult. It's difficult, but I know you're capable, friend. I don't know the exact circumstance. I don't know the full context of, but I know that you're strong enough to deal with it, friend. Good luck, dude. Good luck. Keep choosing love. That's the only thing I can really recommend. If you have to resort to violence to get your money back, leave the money, dude. It's not worth it. Your peace of mind, your soul is infinitely valuable. Significantly more than that little value, whatever it is. Doing great. Still on the down. Last night did an awesome workout with a friend. Still on the down. Still losing weight, I'm guessing. I'm happy to hear you did a workout with a friend. Is there a potential, PK, for it to become like a scheduled thing where you two can actually be, actively exercising together? We have like a bunch of studies that signify exercising with a partner helps. It makes it a little bit easier to stay dedicated. Woo! The change for good joint. How dangerous. Let's see if it changes us for good. Man, I think I might have missed a few. Absolutely epic. There we go. So happy that you're having a nice time with your niece and nephews. Thank you, Shannon, for sharing that love. Scout had his first hike yesterday. He's been a bit nervous and around people, but he's doing so good. He got to climb rocks and dig in mud. Little happy pup. Man, imagine being a dog. Not only being a dog, but having a family that loves you. Not only having a family that loves you, but having a family that loves you so much that they just take you to random places where you can completely melt into the environment. You can forget yourself. You can just be dog. You can just be dog, friend. How about that? Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? I am neither good nor bad. Good and bad is a construct of human. Where how does it go? It's like this little skit. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? I am neither good nor bad. I am simply dog. Pepe! Pepe! You see, she's not being bad. She's just being loud. But she's just being dog, technically, right? Just being little doggy doggers. I feel a lot better after the yoga melt. I felt like a headache was coming on. I don't anymore now, though. Yes, headache just got whoop transpositioned. If you put yourself, I'm only half joking. If you put yourself into all of those poses, it's almost like syncing up to universal frequencies. I imagine it as this is difficult to to explain, but within frequency, imagine a frequency getting a shape. Like let's say the shape of the hand. So instead of just being a sine wave, it you add sine waves on sine waves on sine waves, and eventually you get a sine wave that looks like the shape of a hand. And holding my hand open like this tunes me into a universal frequency somewhere that is this open hand. Okay? That is the idea that I'm trying to talk about. Then yoga poses, I see in the same way as putting yourself in these poses puts yourself in frequency. And then you put yourself into different poses, touching on different frequencies. And I believe all of these frequencies are healing. Well, that is my hippie woo woo understanding of it. Oh, goodness, the dust. There we go. Fatia is making sure she's staying out from underneath the tires. There we go. Here it comes. It tastes nice and crunchy. That's the weekend. I'm sorry. That's the weekend. And this weekend is his first camping trip. Look at this little dude. Speaking of fives, Melt, have you had the pleasure of 58? I had the pleasure of 58 yesterday, weirdly enough, where it was like 58 minutes past, and my battery percentage was 58 as well. And it was during a significant moment where I was communicating with a friend, and I was like thinking, neat. So, what does it mean to you, Mariah? Shanners and Turp and Men Brenda and Mariah. So much love to you, Javon. Thank you for sending love, friend. Oof, the tempting joint. Fight the devil, an angel on my shoulder. Smoke the joint. Smoke the joint right now. Okay, I'm gonna listen to this. Change for good, huh? Piotro, Piorth, Ansus, Degas, Fehu. So many meanings in a single joint. All in celebration of the 21st century. Like, we're gonna see wild shit, yo. There's a lot of wild shit. So much. And I believe we're going to have to be the ones that shape it. Not only are we gonna see it, but we're gonna have to be taking active roles to shape it. The content we'll be making, I still have it very much in my head that we're going to create a whole studio one day, like Studio Ghibli. We'll have the Melting Collective, and we're going to make some of the coolest stuff this world has ever seen. I'm already trying. I already have ideas, but I need time. Not time for it to become manifest, time for myself to grow so that I can really be who I know I am. I have like imagine like we're Sims characters, and you see all of these little skills being at like the single bar of this skill ability, right? And you know for a fact that you have to go and get more of those little skill bars. You know that you have to do that. And now I'm like looking at these bars and I'm like, bruh, so many little bars of skills that I have to get first. I'm looking forward to growing with you, friends, though. Hey, thank you, brother Goo, for if you're smoking with me, thank you. And if you're not, just living vicariously with me. Goobert, the Goobity Goobs themselves. Oh, tempting joint. don't smoke on my account, friends. I'll smoke for you. Get all of the THC up in my body. Doing great. Still, the growing pains of adolescence have passed, but the lessons we need to learn will always be there. And I believe, and it's the same thing with us. That's the thing, Corey. In this understanding of thinking of civilization as a child, as an entity, and us being in the 21st century as the age of this entity, all of the things that we've learned, all of the things that we've experienced, will now in turn make us, literally. The stuff you experienced as a child, if your dad was abusive or not, that shapes you. And I was thinking about that today of like patterns being broken. And I was like remembering this very painful memory from my childhood where I dropped something of my dad's. I was like helping him in the garage or something and I dropped something of my dad's. And he asked me, "Het jy kak in jou hande?" Which is basically a direct translation of, "Do you have shit in your hands?" Like your hands are so full of shit that it's slippery or something like that. And at first I asked him, "What?" Like I was in disbelief. I couldn't believe what was just said to me. And then he said it again. And then when he said it again, I saw him realize that that was not something that maybe was necessary to be said. And I saw him realize it. And that almost hurt me more, if that makes any sense. And I was just noticing that. And I was just paying attention to that feeling, meditating today, thinking from this perspective of, if I'm going to have a child one day, you know, I have to break that cycle. I have to break that cycle. And it came, it went from, we had this whole patch, that we kind of like ungrassed and we tried to sow new grass seeds, better grass seeds on that little patch. And during that experience, we were like really using pitchforks and stuff to get the grass loose. And there was like one of the hose pipes kind of close to the place we were like pig forking, and in like almost in a rage, like me not being completely present, I puncture one of these hose pipes, and I have a friend, with me at that point. He was staying with me, and he was also going through some stuff at that point, and he was like commenting on how stupid the fact that I made a hole in the hose pipe is. And I was at least very willing in that moment to be open with him and be willing to say what I think in this way of, I know, dude. I know it was stupid. I'm the one that did it, and now I'm gonna be the one that fixes it. I know. You telling me it's stupid isn't helping me, isn't making me feel better. It's only making me feel even worse. And in this feeling of feeling bad about something that I did wrong, do you want me to feel even worse? Or do you want to help me make it better kind of mentality? And then when I kind of thought about that, exchange with me and my friend, I thought about my dad and then the comment about having shit in my hands. And I kind of connected those two feelings to one another. And I was like, oh, I see. A pattern that doesn't even have to be just in parents. It's a pattern in us as people in general. And it's a pattern in parents because it's a pattern in people. But we are not slaves to our patterns. We can melt more, don't we, Nova? Ermia's blur, dude. I've been thinking about you a lot, dude. I've been Ermia's blurring a lot, and every single time I do, I think about you. It's nice to have you here now. All of the time? Sure. But now. Thank you. It's nice to see you here again, friend. Love to you, dude. Very, very grateful to be growing with all of you friends. Ermias, Blair, Shannon, thank you. Take a sip of water with me. Drink enough water, friends. Please. Drink enough water. Maybe I'm going to get some calls I have to get done. Then I'll schmonk a bit at work. It's a hump day after all. It is. It is like the mini Saturday, as Libyans would like to say in South Africa. Love you, Marv, and the energy you always bring to the space. Yes, we do. Thank you for sharing love with Shannon. Thank you for sharing love with Mariah as well. It's been so long. Finally caught your live stream. I mean, it is like 2 a.m. or something right now, dude. So I never think, yes, this Nova dude, and I really, want him to kick his pinky toe against the brick because he hasn't shown up. No, I know it's like this dude's probably sleeping. Good for him. Good for you, Nova. Love to you, friend. Thank you for joining us. Why are you up so late tonight? Has your mind not been able to switch off just yet? I had a super graphic and violent, disturbing dream this morning. You want to tell us about it, Gob? Super violent and disturbing. Like it reaches a threshold. Like, that's the only thing that I can think to say to you right now, Gob, is it will reach a threshold and then it will probably taper off again where it'll be a little bit less super brutal and disturbing is the word you used. Can't sleep. That's why I'm up so late. I figured, but I was just curious if there's anything in particular. Like, is there something in your mind that is keeping you up? You know, an idea, an understanding, a feeling, a conversation, a excitement. Do let us know, friend. We're here to share after all. Hope you've been all well, Nova. Thank you for the love, Shans. The super graphic dream. It's a sign to join MMA gym. I mean, Gob Nugget would end people, dude. I don't think that's exactly okay. I don't like that culture. Yeah. You see, Gob Gob is like already, 88% Saitama. Like he'll just slap people to death. You can't cannot do that, dude. What about the other people, man? Yeah, take that into consideration. Do you speak Bantu? Can you teach us a fun saying? Bantu. Then I guess murder it is. Murder it is. You all see that escalated like real quickly. I like that. Thank you, Kim PK. Uh, the random sounds I made. I don't know if you thought that was Bantu. I speak Afrikaans. I kan vir jou sê, wat is 'n lekker Afrikaanse saying? Mm, jakkals gaan met wolf se vrou trou. We have that as an Afrikaans saying that can be seen as fun. It's when it rains when the sun is shining. We say jakkals gaan met wolf se vrou trou, and it directly translates to, "Hey, look who's wow, I'm sorry. Suddenly, all of the crackhead energy that me and Christian practiced when I was at his place came back to me in a moment. This guy looks like he's escaped South African prison. I mean, I wouldn't exactly call your apartment prison. I was like stuck there for most of the time. And he pokes fun at Christian. He's like, you man, love you, Christian. It's so cool to have you here at the bay. Thank you for tuning in, man. How you doing, dude? How you doing? Is Adrian there with you? Do let us know. Thank you for being a true blessing in my existence. I have to hit the hay, or I won't be waking up. Got the fam sorted and off to school in the morning. Have an amazing day, clan. Thank you for joining us, friend. I do believe you're in Australia as well, so it's probably like in the 8 a.m. hours for you too. Oh, by the way, Shannon, I forgot to say that you were thinking about Christian. So Christian, Shannon is thinking about you, dude. Didn't lie. Technically didn't lie. There we go. Shannon is thinking about you, Christian. I'm happy that you can say hi to Shannon as well. I've been okay, just slowly trying to heal myself. Oh, look who it is. Nova. Healing yourself, huh? What do you feel is hurt right now? I'm eating pizza, so it's good. Mahalo, peeps. Christian dabs out of the stream. Thank you. thank, thank you for joining us. What a dude. Christian is one of my favorite people in the world. But he's probably left right now, so I hope he's left. He shouldn't be hearing these things. I was going to ask if you sent some love to Christian from me, Mel. You see, I felt it, and I was like, oh shit. I didn't actually send love to Christian from Shannon, so here I am. Here you get to send love as well. So much love is being sent. Thank you, Christy friend. Thank you, Jovan, for the love as well. So I don't speak Bantu, PK. And when I was like doing the whole other thing with like Jump and Jumanji, I was just making sounds. Like in the Christian community, we call it speaking in tongues. I just call it disconnecting ego from face. I can I can speak by disconnecting my ego from my words. In other words, my ego and my persona. My ego thinks of itself as something and then it projects itself onto the outside world as a persona. But if I disconnect that ego, then suddenly the persona doesn't need to make sense. It doesn't need to mean anything. It doesn't have a projection on it. So it just is. And then it can be it's all contrived. And some people call it speaking light language or like channeling aliens. And I understand all of these interpretations, and technically you can make them make logical sense because in a way, all of those sounds I made within infinite reality eventually would be spoken by an alien in a sentence to say something. You know, he might be like ordering two burritos from the Squeepsklarps, but you know, but who knows? Who knows? Chaos language. Yes, chaos language. That sounds a little bit super villainy, Amanda. Rest well through pillars. Thank you for the love, Shanna. Reminding me of video game near autumn. Just like maybe that's what my future occupation will be. You know, I'll just be recording lines for nonsense language speaking aliens, healing from past wounds that hurt from childhood and feelings of loneliness. I miss watching your live streams. I'm glad I'm here. Glad you're here as well, Nova. It's nice to see you, friend. You're never alone, dude. We're always showing up, and we're never more than a thought away, dude. Remember that. There are people like you. And we are all in our own spaces, right? But we get to come together into a unity in this stream. We love you, friend. Thank you for joining us again. I took a massive rip from the bong yesterday after a few minutes of coughing my lungs out and Game of Thrones. A horrific murderizing moment happened and spun my poor consciousness, subconsciousness out of control. I mean, like your brain doesn't actually know the difference, right? Like if you see someone get murdered on screen versus seeing someone get murdered in person, is there a difference? You are the difference maker because technically you can tell yourself a story of like, oh, someone getting murdered. And you can be like, yeah, but it's just a movie character, right? This person doesn't actually exist. The person who's getting murdered isn't actually dead right now. And you can tell yourself that and tell your body that, but your subconscious is just paying attention. It's just seeing the murdering happen. And I feel that these things can still be love in the way where you see these things and it reconsolidates in you what you want to be, what you don't want to be. But it is gonna take some work that way. And the subconscious is very powerful. Happy you're here, Nova. I'm chilling with great intentions, feeling that vibe, and then boom, brains, brains. Nova, I'm super glad to see you. Thank you for the love, friends. I appreciate it a lot. The difference is the brutality and the blood. Yeah, yeah. Like, we just don't want to see people get murdered. Not really, you know. Not real. I mean, now I'm like, you're lying. My the little angel on the back of my shoulder being like, you lie. You did want to see Joffrey die. I'm like, bruh, don't say that. Joffrey was an asshole. That dude's he needed to die. You see, and that's also something the show shows you how it's difficult for us to really draw lines in what we think of as morality or what we think of as good, what love is actually, right? Like there can be so much love in killing a character like Joffrey to rid the world of, imagine like if he's been like that up to the age of, I don't know how old he was when they offed him, like maybe 16. Imagine what he would have been like as an adult. He would have brutalized so many people. Like we're going through this whole trip. Game of Thrones. I haven't watched it in forever. It's been so long. I don't know if my family watched it. I don't think they did. Some war vets get triggered PTSD flashbacks from war movies because it's so real. They're experiencing trauma and that's messed up. I mean, you can think of that messed up part of it, but what I'd like to bring into the equation is the fact that we're having incredible amounts of success with MDMA trials and PTSD treatment right now. So, woo-ah! Human beings and our infinite potential. I've been taking a few moments to pay attention to my breathing more frequently. That sounds good to my ears, to help manifest change. Something different has been happening. I've been seeing what I can only describe as what feels like my ancestors standing behind me, each glowing a different color, but only the outline around a shadow. Oh, Corey. Yes. That's the infinity, dude. That's you tuning into that which is infinite. Ancestors is a way to say it because ancestors you can think of as all of the previous human beings. Not even just human beings, but down to the primordial organisms that made us. All of that genetic information is attached to you right now, in you, right now. Information, right now. So when you start to focus on your breath, breathe intentionally. It's almost like you have more access to that information. Thank you, Brother Corey, for encouraging and teaching us as well. Brother Bear, such a pleasure to be speaking for you and with you, friend. Because I know, I feel that. I feel, seriously, dude, you're exciting me right now. Thank you for the love, Brother Joel. It's nice to have you here, dude. How are you doing? Yes, we can work out together. It will be fun. I mean, it can even be cool for streams, dude, if that's a possibility. Do they fart? Mind of like Midoriya in My Hero Academia when she sees the previous owners of his power. Kind of like, I mean, unfortunately, I don't have that fractal, Corey. I didn't see My Hero Academia just yet. Maybe I should watch it. Apparently, it's good. No ethereal glitter farts, unfortunately. Do they fart? Hmm. I don't think they actually do fart, weirdly enough. They more like the way they output energy, at least in my experience, my interpretation of what it is, brother Corey is talking about, is almost like these energy fields pulsating off of their being, you know, and the further it gets away from the core, the ultimate essence of their being, the less it's them. Still never not being them, but in that way, being farts. Is your fart you? Hmm? Here are the real questions to be pondered. Is your farts still you? When does your fart cease to be you? Damn it. Your friends have brain damage. Good morning, brother Dan. You appear in better spirits today. That makes me happy, as do you. Brother Dan, I'm celebrating the 21st century. I'm celebrating and acknowledging that we are here, that we're growing up, all of us as a collective, and that there's hope in that, you know, not only for us but for our future generations. I remember a demon floating ghost haunted me for a day when I was a child, and it stalked me and fed on my terror, but it went away when my family prayed for me. I love God a lot. I believe in that, actually, weirdly enough, you know, because it's literally manifestation. It's manifestation for you, and it's manifestation from your family's side. And we know that our thoughts and our interpretation of this reality directly influences it. Not only do we know this, but we literally have CIA papers that have been published, you know, declassified, going into this whole trip, dude. I'm happy, Nova. Keep loving God, friend. But realize that it's not outside of you. I'll just say that to add. Well, that show likes to be like, oh, you don't want to see murder. That's about. How about we create a whole new cavern of stress in your brain of the most creative murder possible, layers of murder even. It was that melted metal crown murder that took some effort. You know, like really creative, dude. Creativity turned murder. Wow. See ya. Cheers, Nova. Nice to have you here, friend. The scene was nuts, Isaac. I may have even like deleted it from my brain. Like my brain literally does that, you know, with like the boys as well. There's so much of the third season, of all of them. You know, like I can under kind of remember the general plot, but all of the murder in between, my brain is just like, yeah. How about no remembering what would happen? And I'm like, but doesn't I lose all of them? No, you don't need any of it. No, the CIA, not CIA. I would love you, know, but nonetheless, friend, I can't keep you, and I don't want to. So I was more than willing to bid you a farewell. Yeah, dude, go look it up. CIA papers. Go search for the CIA papers on hemisync. That's a pretty cool one. And then manifestation. You'll see some crazy stuff. You know it's good stuff when the smoke is green. The smoke was green. That is extremely concerning. I'm smoking with you, Pleasure Hunter. Thank you for joining me, friend. I'll smoke with you as well. The paradox. Yeah, 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 yeah. Isaac, I'm happy you enjoying. I'm happy you're enjoying this, friend. Smoking a joint again for the first time in a while on stream. Now we have Star. Whoa! Now we have Starlink, and we're able to stream for the first time. We're watching the terminal list on Prime. I I've been following this YouTube couple called Life Uncontained, and they've been basically documenting them building their dream life. And I'm in love with those people. Of course, they don't know me, but so much love in my heart for them. And they literally, I think yesterday, posted a video of them getting their Starlink satellite and setting it up as well. And as soon as the video doesn't, give away any spoilers, and you open the video and it's like the Starlink, and the giddy in my heart and in my soul and my face for them, shoots through the roof. And I'm like, legit, I pause the video and I'm like, blessings, 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 blessings unto you. And they get their internet access. They have like 180 megabytes down, 20 megabytes up right now, coming from like 3 megabytes down, 1 megabyte up. And they've been uploading with internet speed like that this whole time. I can't even imagine how brutal it must be. So knowing that you now also have this piece of technology in your environment that literally gives you satellite internet that is little, entities, little things floating in the space, sending lasers, communicating between one another at latencies that is better than we've ever experienced on planet Earth. You'll be able to play games competitively against people all over the planet. It's going to open up what esports was supposed to be from the very beginning. It's also going to be extremely profitable when it comes to trading. Because the latency, literally 180 milliseconds, that's about the latency we have between Europe and America right now. That's a lot of money in 180 milliseconds. Just like millions, hundreds of millions of dollars. Our internet right now is, please, please, brain, stop it. Shouldn't stop. Every time I cry, I feel a little better. Like some weight was lifted, and I'm a little bit more happy. There's like a chemical reason for that, apparently, as well, Nova. But the way that I like to think of it is more just like energy release. Like the chemical is basically a symptom of energy being released. Like when you cry, there's a certain power in crying, a certain frequency in crying, and tuning into that frequency is like literally healing, I believe. Yep, our best is 239 down so far. Yo, that sounds like music to my ears. 10 times the speed we have right now. Yes, yes, give me all the megabytes. And the coolest part is literally a thing. He has a thing in his environment, small, minuscule, that points towards the sky and then connects him to the planet. Excuse me. Excuse me, what? What's happening right now? 21st century, you say? Cool. Cool. These things are supposed to make sense, are they? Oh, nice. Alien technology, is it? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's an energy release. Absolutely, Nova. Crying is cleansing. Medicine mother. I wonder, is there gonna be health benefits to crying into a remedy that you give someone? Maybe crying into your own remedy that you give yourself. That's where my mind went. I like that bluebird in the background. It's beautiful, isn't it? The one chilling on the tree. He's like kind of blue. He's more like the, what's the word I'm looking for? Incandescent is not the right word. No. Mm, like shimmery. He's like dark blue and shimmery. But I don't know if that's the right word that I wanted to use. And the Wi-Fi range is the length of excuse me, a football field. I have a 600-foot diameter cone of Wi-Fi. I can grill out and be on a float in the swimming pool with full signal. Yo! Are you? I'm not jealous. I'm happy for you, brother. I'm so happy for you, dude. That's awesome, man. Lavender tear oil. Lavender tear oil. I mean, lavender has a neurochemical or nervous system calming effect, apparently. Crying releases hormones, different types, for different feelings during crying pain, grief, or overwhelmed. That sounds amazing, Beard. Oh, yeah. I mean, this is the tech we have right now. And it is also like disconnecting us from the planet in a way. It almost makes our internet safer, a little bit less prone to destruction. In some ways, maybe, I mean, our Earth will always shield some of them. I seriously love a good cry. It helps me to navigate and cope with different emotions. Afterwards, I feel exhausted. Like after a good run, maybe I'm weird. We're all weird, Jovan, but we're feeling, and that's what we're doing. We're not choosing only to feel good. We're getting better at that capacity to feel. And if you have to go for a good run, or cry a little bit, allow yourself to feel that. You are weird, but in a normal person way. Nope, not weird. Yeah, I like the frequencies, all of the different interpretations. Lavender makes me anxious, soothing for some, not for me. That's interesting. I wonder why that is, Brother Dan. Like I'm trying to imagine, I'm going back in your childhood, seeing you as a baby and stuff. What was it that was like a lavender exposure and then anxiety inducing? I wonder how the world would be in 22 years. That's strange. Oh yes, dude. And we're going to be the ones creating that world, Nova. Like that's the thing we have to actively realize every single day. That not only are we heading into a wild, wacky future, but you are creating that wild, wacky future. Show up for the thing you love the most, get good at it, and then make it manifest within the wild, wacky future that we're entering. If you want something, show up for it. Make it something, literally. And realize that you have that potential. That you have now more potential than you've ever had before. Like a person being born where I was born, for example, living here 80 years ago. Not a chance. Not a chance. Would I be able to do as much as we've done when it comes to touching, other people's lives, growing as a community, sharing art with one another? None of that. Not even a little bit. But now we are in a whole new age. We're in the 21st century. We get to be infinitely more empowered. All of us. All of us have so much more power, so much more potential. And the medium within which we're building in the future is going to be light. And I know that sounds a little bit woo woo, but think about it. Everything you're looking at on these mobile devices is light, literally. This image you're seeing of me, instead of reality needing to construct a whole new biological machine with consciousness, just so you can have this moment of conversation, you are having me as an entity constructed out of light hitting your eyeballs, and then you can still interpret that light as reality, right? So the realities we're going to be building in the future, we're going to be building out of light. So realize that you're not limited. You just have to be more creative. And it's not about racing, it's not about being more creative than anybody else. It's about practicing your creativity, practicing to tune even better into this infinite realm of existence, into yourself, into your DNA, into your expression. I hope the plastic weight is taken care of in the future. We have enzymes that literally like to eat plastic at this point. Mama Gaia is helping, dude. Hermias Blur is soothing. One of the few lavender things that does it. The chalice of understanding. I mean, this thing has come with us. It's really seen some things as well. It's heard a lot. So every single time we pour a glass of Hermias Blur, all of that wisdom that this cup has imbued gets put in the water. It's basically like drinking lean at this point. It's not. I've never drank lean, but that's the one thing that I think people drink to get intoxicated. Age of technology. Oh yes. I embrace my weirdness and my fellow weirdos. Thank you. Heck yes, Shash. Wi-Fi consciousness, Wi-Fi love, dabs on the haters. Yeah. Hermes Blur is the holy grail. Ooh, blue little burbs. I mean, holy grail is ambitious, I'll say, but I do like. Love you, Fred. Change for good. Piorth, Ansus, Degas, Fehu. Magic, teacher, enlightenment or dawn, abundance or wealth. That's what we want for the future, right? Magic. And you can think of magic as mystery as well. Teachers, lessons, wisdom as teachers, all of us. The dawn, enlightenment, a new day, being able to see a hope for our future. And then finally, abundance for all of us. True abundance for all of us. And I believe true abundance is going to come to all of us in a way that we would have never really anticipated. Because it's going to be by supporting one another, which is a trip. It's a trip, but it's one that we're already participating in. You know, we're only motivated right now by currency to do so. We technically are all helping one another to have our society as it is right now. But we're being coerced to do that with this monetary system instead of being directly rewarded for the abundance that we create. So the future is going to be that. Pepe, where if you want to create abundance, you put yourself into the system of abundance, if you will. And then people that believe you can create more abundance, that believe you can create as much abundance as they want to create as well, they can basically try to support you. And then they can make their abundance available to you in varying percentages, almost like investment. If I believe in you with 11% of my heart, with 22% of my heart, with 44% of my heart, you know, that means you can have 11, 22, 44% of the abundance that I have accumulated. You can have that as like a fallback slash bank, a depth, an infinity from which you can build. And if the things you choose to build end up manifesting even more abundance onto your abundance meter, onto your infinity, then every single person that chose to invest in you with the percentages that they chose to believe in you get pushback from the abundance that you create. And then it goes around and around and around. Power. Power for everyone. Abundance for everyone. True abundance for everyone. In a way where if you invest and there's more abundance for everyone because you're investing. in everyone for the abundance. The world is trippy and it's getting trippier, Nova, because we, for some reason, like it complicated. Mm, it's only half true. We like it complicated as long as it's simple. As long as it's simple enough for us to complicate it. What is it about us that needs to suffer and carry negative emotions by being byproducts of two people? It's a good question, and I feel it's very much related to the thing I was just saying. Nah, this seeker. Suffer and carry negative emotions for being byproducts of two people. Are you talking about being a child to parents? Needs to suffer and carry negative emotions. I feel it's expectation and suffering in that way. You when two people have brought you into this existence and you have a certain understanding of what it means to be a parent and what you would like to be like as a parent, then there is like this whole world of expectation that forms alongside that of why aren't my parents this way or that way. And then instead of it just being this answer of maybe they don't know how to be that or maybe they just aren't that, it becomes this resentment of them not being that. Instead of just seeing who they are, what they are, and seeing that for what it is. So maybe it's separation, if anything, that causes us to suffer. Love my mom. I see a sword falling down. I love my dad. I see a wine cup forming. Hmm. Swords and wine. What an interesting combination. What does that make me? The cheese? More cheese! You want more, sir? Please, that's enough cheese, Meltmore. No, you want more. Everyday cheese? Oh, goodness. This is about. You're currently reading any books or writings? I'm reading uh, The Gene Keys. I've been dabbling in. I keep forgetting this book title's name. Freaking Manly P. Hall. I think that's what his name is. Man, I'm like tripping out right now. It's basically a book of all ancient knowledge, ancient teachings. Everything, like from Buddhism to Christianity to plant medicines to the star signs to crystals to the animals and their spirits to like everything, even like Stoic philosophy. And he kind of approaches the whole book from this perspective of being unbiased, not identifying as a certain ism, and just kind of writing the book. It's beautiful. I have a bunch of books too that I need to be reading right now. You'll see. Oh, I have like 30 books on my need to read list, and then I have like 22 books already ready to be read. And I start also like alien information theory. That's also one that I've been dabbling in. All of it is just so dense, and it makes me think about so much that I need to take a break and just like kind of absorb what I've already read instead of just powering through the entire thing like I used to. It's kind of exhausting at this point to read. Secret Teachings of All Ages. Thank you so much, Shanna. How much have you read of it, Mel? Not enough, Shanna. Like literally pages. Thank you so much for the love. 1111 right now. I wonder what would happen if there was someone who never felt sadness or pain. Would they just feel happy or nothing? I believe there's a little girl that has something like the G16 gene missing, and she doesn't apparently feel pain, hunger, or there was something else as well, but pain or hunger. And she seems kind of like a person. I mean, you know, The Secrets of All Ages. That's the one. Thank you again. They'd be clinically a psychopath, probably. I'm missing like maybe a little bit of context. Sorry, Amanda. I know there was something that I said that that relates to, but I'm missing it right now. Make a wish. I wish for enough abundance to feed the whole world. I'm seeing fungi grow out of the ground. Make a wish. It is 1:12. It was 1 minute earlier. It would be 11:11 of what, like 111. I mean, it was 111 Nova. And somewhere in the world, somewhere in the infinity, probably still is. Probably never stops being. You just tuned in for a moment. You'll tune in again. I love you, friend. I feel you melt. I need a philosophical book about pursuing God. It held a lot, and I don't agree with, but a lot of the spiritual concepts I do. One, that you gotta read a chapter, then just live and wait. I'm happy that you feel that as well, dude. I feel a cool way to read books, but at this point, I'm like Jonesing. I've never used that saying, but it feels so right in this moment. I'm Jonesing for a freaking tablet. I know it sounds like the most first world problem ever, but seriously, it's my phone is a little bit too small to comfortably read on, and sitting down at my computer to read is a little bit much as well. So there's like this mild entry point resistance to actually sitting down and reading as well. I mean, of course, it's a psychological barrier. Of course, 100%. But then there's also the drawing aspect. I've been drawing on my like note. I have a Samsung Note, and I got it for the same reason. Like buy myself a cell phone that I could actually draw some fundamental things on. And I started practicing, but then I realized that sure, it's great to have a cell phone that is also functioning as a drawing tablet, but what doesn't make it great is it's a cell phone that functions as a drawing tablet. It's not an actual drawing tablet. So you're working with like when your hand is on the screen and it's not comfortable to have your hand off the screen and drawing. It's like you're drawing on a different plane of existence. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what it feels like. So I have to have my hand on the screen. So like the real estate ends up being like that much to actually draw. And I was like, yeah, I've been doing it that way. You know what? 21st century problems. Imagine that. Imagine what Marcus Aurelius would say to me if he was listening to. He's like, exactly what you want? I want a little technological tablet. Imagine it cut out of technological stone. And then this technological tablet will end up replacing pretty much all of these books around me. I'm going to transfer all of the things we're saying as well to that tablet, and I'm going to continue writing in the tablet. I'm going to get it. I'm manifesting actively. It's just about when. And I'm gonna like transfer all of these books to it and then continue writing in that so that wherever we go, we don't have to lug books with us. It's cool to be writing things physically, but you can still write things down digitally. And this is like, I'm still Marcus Aurelius, Terence McKenna, uh, Ram Dass, Alan Watts. They're just being like, Maxine also, of course, Brother Ryan, Toasty and Jova, Shannon, and Amanda, and the Brother Isaac, and I know, I do know 21st century stuffs. Okay, I love my parents, but I am hella messed up because of them. Oh, yes. I also cannot turn it off. It's like I am not struggling for them in my head. It's like if I'm not struggling for them in my head, I'm a bad son. I have had that feeling as well, friend. I have let go of it though. And that's not me being like it's just almost like you see the amount of persistence I have, right? When I get it in my mind that something needs to be so, it's very difficult to convince me otherwise. And I had it in my mind In the same way, that I had to somehow save my parents or show them what it is they're missing or prove to them that there is something more. But I've been melting, dude. It's like I've been reduced to absolute nothing in that pursuit, and I've been humbled by it to the point where I don't really think I'm strong enough for it. I'm not strong enough to drag another person up the proverbial mountain. We can only, sing as we show people the road, dance past the rocks. I hope this is making sense. Love to you, friend. It gets better. I do believe we eventually, as I mentioned, get beaten to the ground almost by the pursuit of that attempt. You're not being a bad son, friend. You can't be. You just have to be yourself. They can't be wrong about you, only you can be right about you. And you know what's right, friend. You do know what's right. Happiness comes from within. Spending your energy trying to make others happy takes away from you. I'm in the same boat. We all are. We all are ninja. But we're realizing, a certain sense of depth in the individuality that we get to have moments like these. And then after moments like these, we get to participate in the world. We get to create things in the world. We get to make art. We get to build relationships. Important one. And these exchanges, this piece of technology that we're using right now in this 21st century, should be that. Like we can use it to completely fill our lives. In the same way people use drugs to fill some sort of void. And drugs I'm using in the stereotypical stuff that people cannot get away from, become so dependent on that it completely ruins their lives. Social media has become the new smoking, where it is taking up so much of our time. And there's this question in me at this point, how much of it is it me trying to fill some sort of void of experience, and how much is it allowing myself to experience the infinity? And the only way that I found balance is by finding balance, literally, by I'm probably not even doing it real justice with balance. Like I spend maybe between 20 and 40 minutes meditating a day. And just that, like spending 20 minutes with yourself, just sitting down, not using a cell phone, not listening to music, not having anything that you are basically projecting outside of yourself, right? And just being with you. It has, at least in my opinion, helped more than any attempt to abstain just in and of itself. And weirdly enough, the more I do that, the easier it becomes to not be caught up in the notification mindset as well. Like a ceaseless checking of the cell phone, where I can go through hours of my day not picking up my cell phone. And that, I don't know if it gives me a sense of happiness or a sense of pride. And I've been very aware of pride in my life as well. Like your pride is something that I'm trying to be almost vigilant with. Like every single time I notice any feelings of pride, and pride to me at this point is a feeling of why is this so for me and so for them, and then a story kind of out of that, and I'm like no 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 no. And then and I try to be super aware of that little story, nubbing it in the bud, or I'll go through a feeling, and then I'll almost cut it in its, like after it's finished, I'll be like, okay, that was pride, and I'll label it, and I'll acknowledge it, and then I'll move past it. Yeah, like I'm tripping out right now. I'm thinking about this context of 21st century, right? And this technology we have, and the way we use it, and the things that it points out to us, and the things we have access to. Like our pride right now, at least that way that I think of pride, of this story of basically jealousy slash projecting outside of yourself that someone has it in a certain way and you not having it in that way. You know, you should be having it in that way because of this and that, and that's pride to me at least. And the internet and the 21st century allowing us all of this technology has given us access to pride just as much as has given us access to everything else. And I feel like that is one of the most destructive parts of social media. Not so much the excess information, but the information that causes us, allows us to convince ourselves we're separate. Thank you for the love, Auntie. I appreciate you being here with us. It is possible that there's energy vampires using guilt to maintain that energy flow. Energy vampires. Sucking all your energies. I mean, the way that I feel about it, and this is up for debate, the core that is you is infinite, and it gives out from that core, you know, the energy you have, the cycles of life. So you can continue to give from that source infinitely, but the storage of energy that you have might become depleted, and you might end up not having enough energy to spend on yourself. So even though that energy is infinite and you could continue giving it, you can also hurt yourself in doing so. But not in the ultimate sense, just in the physical slash immediate sense. Yeah, yeah, words. Yeah, sure. Okay, cool. Oh man, sounds. Literal sounds. How does that even work? How does that even work? It amazes me every single day. I hope that we're getting better at it. I don't know if we're getting better at speaking or conveying ideas or feelings or worse at it. Because like I've noticed that the deeper we've gotten into this fractal, the more contrived the things I say have become. And I feel it is a part of this archetype that I have noticed within all of the people that I listen to. They say things in a way that it can almost be like a statement, an ultimate slash extreme statement. And then that extreme nature of it, the koan nature of it, causes you to really reflect. And it does that for me too, you know, and that's why I believe that the sounds that come out of our faces at this point, how much control do we have? I know we can think about what we say, but it happens so fast. You're pretty cool, yo. Thank you for sharing this with me. What up? Uncle Becker's joining us on the Hoot Hoots. I feel so much reading. I still haven't finished reading. I only really spent time reading the Hermetic, pharmacology, chemistry, and therapeutic parts of the book. How was it though? Do let me know, Shannon. Was it worth the read? Are there public libraries in South Africa? There are, Amanda. They're just hundreds of kilometers away. I've been reading, audiobook listening, The Prophet. I've had time. I don't have time to read, so I listen while working on machines. Dude, that's I think one of the best things about the age we live in as well. The fact that we can have someone else read in our ear while we're working with our hands, dude. It's the coolest thing. That's why I always listen to other podcasts. I don't do audiobooks as much. It's been podcasts for me when I'm like baking for my mom and stuff, working with my hands. You should get an iPad or tablet. I will, Nova. It's just a matter of time. I'm manifesting it actively. I'm working harder on manifesting it as well. I should even write it down. Yeah, we'll do that. I'm gonna hardcore manifest tonight. you know, do some manifesting for Brother Ryan as well. I only had a mom growing up. Nova, and here you are, dude, being a loving being nonetheless. Yeah, I used drugs to escape reality, but that was a long time ago. Sure, it filled the void, but it ended up making me feel emptier and unhappy. It's a seesaw effect. If you push on the pleasure button, and you stop pushing on that pleasure button, it hits you with that pain, of that emptiness, right? So you can push on the pain, on the difficulty, the discomfort by taking cold showers, exercising, you know, restricting calories, or eating at your calorie intake level. It can be just uncomfortable, genuinely uncomfortable even. So much stuff we can do, starting a new business, learning a new skill. Painful. But then you keep pressing on this pain and it comes back with pleasure. You have both of those sides in you, friend. It's not a one side spectrum. Keep showing up, friend. You'll see things change. You're so loved, Nova. And I see you've changed already, friend. Apparently, narcissists aren't humans. They're just physical beings that suck your energy. I mean, like, I have a hard time believing that just because I believe every single person is a person. Noise. That was Vesen saying hi. Lol. Oh, the robot. He probably understands more of what I'm saying than I do. Apparently, I've been very interesting to say the least. It has, hasn't it, Shannon? And we're not done. We're not even not done, but we're like in primary school right now, like in kindergarten. Like we're building like sand structures right now. And we're heading towards reality where we're going to be engineers of actual realities. So become your best self, friend. You have to. You have to become your best self, please. Please, for all of us. Happy smile. I can relate to my own extent. It's weird. My parents are literally fighting right now. That's why I was like, oh yeah, noise. So I feel you, friends, to the max, to the maximum. I can relate to my own extent. It's weird thing to recognize our parents and the things they do that aren't super efficient. That's what it is to me at this point, literally. And I'm like, it's an interesting song. And I mean, within the feminine nature, that's what it wants. It wants to go on and on, and on and on and on, and on and on and on and on and on. Doesn't want it to come to an end. No, that's boring. No, who wants that? That dog's cute. She is a cutie patootie. I can't. I want to be compassionate and caring about it, but I can go there and be like, is this necessary? And then I can become the object of hatred, and I'm willing to do that as well. But isn't that what we were talking about with like the energy vampires thing? You see, that's why I was like having a hard time with what you said, Fred. I've been in a relationship with a narcissist, and it's been draining in every way imaginable. Constructing a reality around what they think reality should be, and then expecting you to conform to that reality. Huh, Shannon? How crazy. Maybe that's what narcissism is. Because in that reality, your reality is the only one that can be reality. Maybe that's what narcissism is. Instead of energy vampiring, it's like, this is the only possible reality. No infinity, only this, only finite. How about that, man? Yeah, yeah, I like these streams. That sounds unpleasant, Shana. It really is, Amanda, and it's nothing, that any of us deserve. They sound like the parents from Charlie Brown. I don't think I've watched any of Charlie Brown stuff, so you'll have to tell me, friend. Thank you. You probably just did. Some ninja wisdom. It's beautiful, isn't it? Thank you so much, Corey. Happens from time to time, and it's always a pleasure. Thank you, friend, for sharing what you do. Uh, I used to think they were all knowing, coming to the realization that they're people. Figuring it out, kids raising kids, has been challenging to grasp. I think it's been challenging to grasp, but we're grasping it better than I think maybe they did. Right, Jovan? Because like we're like at the age when our parents were having kids, had kids. And we're like, whoa, having kids? Are you crazy? Are you crazy in your head? I need to become a person first. I need to be an adult. I need to grow up. Like maybe by 44 or something, I'll be an adult. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. They say hobbits, only become adults when they're 30. I think they were maybe a little bit hasty. Sending love to you too. Thank you, brother Isaac. Melt, I need all the healing energy you can muster, friend. I need thoughts of transition, discipline, and clarity. I see, at first, I was only seeing the top of it. And it was like a, this is gonna sound weird as I'm describing it. It was weird to me as I was witnessing it as well. It is 34 minutes past, and there's 34% battery left with seven watching right now. It's telling me seven is watching right now because I opened the stream just for some synchronicity as I'm telling the story. So it was like kind of lifting out of the water, having a larger front shape, right? And it was like looking like water, but it was basically a different reality slash energy field, and it was intersecting the top reality coming through it, but you could see the reality below, almost like water. You're like, yeah, Melt, you've lost me. I'm sorry. So anyway, then it was like coming out more, and I started seeing grooves in this like big. It was like that, and then it had like a long bit. I know, I know, and then it had grooves in it, and then it kept zooming out, Uncle Becky, and then it had like one of those little handbars, and it was basically one of those little tools that you loosen a drill bit with, and yeah, that's what I saw, dude, when I was trying to muster some healing energy for you. I don't know if that means anything to you. I don't know if that is significant in any way. I don't know if that has any value other than the trip it took me through when I was like trying to pull an image out. Thank you, friend, for allowing me to try. We love you, Brother Bear. You got this. You're strong enough. It's made me strong, though, and it will only make you stronger, friend. Thank you, Shannon, for showing up. Like, you have become more strong than I could have imagined someone would be able to in such a short period of time as well. Like, Shannon wasn't just like, yeah, maybe I'll do like one push up a day. Shannon started like marathon, you know, 25K, three different professions or like land, water, flying as well. Why not? That was how Shannon showed up. Thank you, friend. You have inspired me so much as well. The last 3 years have been, at times, the most toxic I've experienced, yet it's given me boundless knowledge and experience. It's allowing you to become who you need to be, Brother Brandon. There you go. As I was saying, look, you already have all the power. And even if you, in this moment, could access that infinite power and undo all of this toxicity, all of these experiences that you've had, you wouldn't do that because you wouldn't be who you are right now. We are going through these things, brother Bear, not because we're weak, dude, not because we're not supported by the universe, but because we are. And I've seen you become, dude. We're gonna continue becoming, man. That's the beauty of it. Keep showing up, brother Bear. It's not too long anymore, man. I gotta look forward to coming and manifesting, being on Haywire Hill, seeing Haywire Hill around me. I can already see it actually. I just look forward to being there in body. I had a kid at 21, was barely an adult. I did so much struggling and growing into my 20s with a baby on my own. Sending good vibes, Uncle Becky. Amanda, for what it's worth, when I see you, I see this beautiful, gentle, motherly energy. You make me feel very welcome as well, friend. Thank you for being a good mom. We're all people, we're all growing and learning that we are. I was 22 when I had my daughter, Amanda. I totally understand my friend. Narcissism. So averse to it that I tend to shy away from even healthy self recognition. I know I've been working on it and getting better, but the imposter monster that likes to bite on occasion. Ego, awareness, persona. And then it wedges itself in there, that imposter monster, like a worm. And it's like, yeah, look at this. Look at this. You're separate. Your ego wants to be this, but your persona is this. Yeah, you're not anything. Yeah, you're stupid. Yeah, you're a hypocrite. Yeah, you're nothing. No, you are aware. Oh, look at this. There's stuff going on. Oh, cool. Thank you, subconscious and conscious, for duking it out, fighting each other like an old married couple. Cool. Love you, Jovan. Thank you so much, friend, for always being so present, so beautifully present. Maybe a remedy could help you. Maybe that's it. Please, Uncle Becky, reach out to our medicine mama. Meltmore, can you try that healing energy on me? Hmm. Okay, cool. I at first saw a mushroom with like a little, I think they call it a veil, and then the mushroom started going down. And I was like, that's a little bit basic. And as soon as I thought that, it transitioned to almost like a plane of water, and this drop falling into the water, making a little splash. And then I was almost like curious. I wanted to see what the splash looked like from above or inside almost. And then I got closer to the splash, and instead of it being a splash, there was a drop of mercury, almost being like it like hit a dent into the water, and it was like held like a little cup. It was like looked like silver liquid. I don't know if it was mercury actually, and it like hit like a dent into the water and was there being held like a cup with water being suspended in it. How about that, Nova? Sending you love, friend. I'm hilarious. Ah! I don't know what that was. That was the type of laugh that you laugh when someone says, I'm hilarious. That's the only only appropriate laugh from now on. That was, I mean, I'm losing it right now, Carl. That is kind of hilarious. My mother had me at 19, so young. And I hope that she was a good one at least. Do let us know, Nova. At least as good as she could be. Forever grateful for the space. You're creating it with us, Uncle Becky. Thank you for being here with us, Brother Bear. 24, 25, 29. The age I was when the boys were born. I don't know what the 20s mean. Stay strong, fam. I don't know what the 20s means. Stay strong, fam. Peppy, relax. Relax. Relax yourself. Another dog just, came to the porch. Suddenly, suddenly murder in her eyes. The most established hilariousness of them all. What? What? I don't know. I don't know, Nova. It means whatever you want it to mean, friend. That's the beauty of existence. It's all up to you, dude. You're the one constructing reality right now out of noise. And you're like, womp, meaning. You are the meaning. I used to think. Maybe hold on, I gotta put it right one. Think about every moment. Take a dab of acid. I don't know if it works that way, friend. Can you take dabs of acid? Like a dab to me is like you taking some resin and then melting that resin and then vaporizing and then you inhaling that vapor. I don't know if you can do that with acid, friend. I wouldn't recommend it either. No, no, sir. That's an interesting username. Yeah, that is an interesting username. Waste of acid, I agree, Rambler. That's what I was also thinking. I too had goats this morning. That's so freaking beautiful. Thank you, friends. We have Beba, yeah or not. I'm gonna go for not on this one. A El Coronos. Thank you for the gold, friend. It's nice to have you here again. Dan is here as well. The excited yak. Brother Joel still. Rabbiton! Melt more cheese. Love you, friend. Thank you for the love. Sword. Exactly. That's what I was thinking as well. So happy to be here. Hello, it's Chermio. Thank you for the love, friend. Hey, Maxine. Maxine, thank you for joining us. It's nice to have you here, friend. What a blessing. Strawberry fun. Love to you too. Procrastinaut. Mmm. Mmm. I like your username. Joe Jon Snow looking motherfucker. How dare you, friend? How dareth thine? I know things. No, by occasion. Just remembers all of the times Melita has been like, you know nothing. I also, in fact, know nothing, friend. So you have me there. Revived by the Red God. You killed Daddy. You killed Daddy. What's happening to me? 21st century is what's happening to me, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I'm just gonna blame it on the times. Yes, you're a sweetie patootie. It's almost melt more tax day. Yeah. Well, I don't want to ever tax you, gobbledygoo. And the nice thing about the future we're building right now, I imagine the business we're going to be building is going to go 44% to me, 44% to you, 11% to the world. Hmm? How about that? Yeah. Yeah. So, no taxing, only manifesting. That's why I chose to make them synchronous numbers as well, Gob. There's no tax, dude. There's no taking. It's giving. Giving frequencies. Giving into the frequencies. Choosing what frequencies you want to give and then giving off those frequencies. But at the end of the day, it is what you manifest. You just have to choose to say it, you know? And we don't realize that we can just say things. You can just say things. Hey, I love you, planet Earth. You know, we don't say things like that all the time, but nothing stops us from it. So why don't we do it more? Good morning, Gabby. Thank you, Maxine, for sending love. Everyone is on the narcissist scale, small or big. Self-love can be viewed as narcissism. And you know, like the paradox, Maxine, and you've probably thought about this as well, is that ultimately there is the unified self, right? And that unified self loved that unified self so much that it was willing to separate from itself in order to reunite with itself. So it is ultimately self love that allowed for all of love. So was that narcissism or was that ultimate love? Was self love ultimate love? Mm. How about that? Red Clicker joining us as well. We have Walk Financial with a bro needs to grow. We all do, friend. You're so right. Thank you for the encouragement. So please be respectful. I mean, I don't think he was wrong. Red clicker. I don't think he was wrong. I do need to grow 100%. Like definitely 100%. Yo, that's a call to awareness. Thank you, friend. MDMAC joining us as well, saying melt more. At work, it is 10:30 a.m. in Minneapolis. You look good. Can't stay, but take care, friend. Thank you for the love, for just tuning in for even a moment, friend. Sending you good luck and love at work. What bands do you listen to? Right now, I've been addictively, obsessively even, listening to a dude called Menumas. He makes progressive, lighthearted, simplistic, psychedelic trance. And it it melts me, dude. I also have been listening to Oliver Tree a little bit. I've been mostly listening to the algorithm, weirdly enough. You know, I feel like after Isaac kind of illuminated this understanding in my mind, like kind of showed me a fractal. I haven't been able to stop looking at it in this understanding that your algorithm, the algorithm that you have that is recommending content to you right now, be it on YouTube, Instagram, if you're using TikTok, uh, or even your music streaming services, that is an expression of yourself. And you can change that algorithm by allowing yourself to change and choosing to actively change instead of just perpetuating the behavior that you've been a part of. And when he shared that with me, I was like, damn, Isaac, dude, genius, straight up genius. Thank you, Brother Bay. I hope that it helps you friends as well. Oh, we'll drive ourselves insane if we take this life too seriously. Might as well not and be insane on purpose. Yes, dude. Weirdly enough, Gob, the first title that I was speculating for today's stream was "In an Insane World, the Sane Are the Insane," and I was like really thinking, and this is what we're gonna talk about today, and I felt like that is a little bit oh, and I was like, no, 21st century instead. So I'm happy that you let me, still share that little idea or feeling. It is okay for me to say if any of you friends are interested in a remedy, please reach out to me, please, Shannon. So, friends, let me actually help you as well, Shannon. Shannon does something called Bach remedies. It's basically extractions of different flower phenotypes slash gene types, multiple different flowers, some wood types, I believe, some nut types, I believe. I'm not exactly sure about the complexities. If you want to know the complexities, reach out to Shannon. I'm giving you the rough, far, not being in the fractal. I'm just like, I'm so sorry. So she basically puts drops of these flower essences in water or in a water slash alcohol mixture. And then these flowers, basically, if you want to tune into the frequencies, you can read what they're supposed to be tuning you into. And then you can kind of, with that intention in mind, put these chemicals, and they're not psychedelic or, psychoactive in any way. All of them are inert, if you will. No harm is going to come to your body either. You can put them in your body with this understanding that you're trying to heal yourself, and you can think of it as a placebo if you want to. You can think of it as actual medicine if you want to, or you can think of it as self empowerment. And she's been trying to empower herself in doing so. Please, if you would like to help her, reach out. Please do reach out. Shannon and Nana. Maybe like if you want to, like share a way to reach you in like both chats. Thanks for the offer, Shannon. I might reach out. Please, Amanda. It's almost no meltation without more pensation. Freaking strunk. I knew I wasn't gonna go a whole stream without some strunk-inducing gob content. Please feel free to Amanda. I'd be more than happy to help. Thank you so much, Shannon. I had a drill chuck in my possession for the last couple of weeks. I've been piercing back together a drill press mill. It's pivotal for this transition. What a trip! You see, dude. Now I'm tripping out. I was like, that's so random. That's gonna no way land. And yo, dude, I'm tripping out. Drill chuck coming out of the water, and I can breathe very well inside, but yet I can see the suffocation. Whew. I take new breath. Yussie. What a trip. What a trip. Is this even real? I'm like literally closing my third eye, instinctively. No, no, stop seeing. Stop it now. Puts hand down. Stop it, body. Look, 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 feel, see, feel, see, feel, experience. Be. Thank you. Thank you. Yo, thank you, brother. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Damn, bro. It's vibrational, emotional healing. Thank you so much, Shannon. Reach out to her. Thank you. Thank you, my dear friend. I'm back. Nova, you missed the good, dude. Skip like 5 minutes back. You can hear me talk about Shannon's remedies, dude. Think about reaching out. I don't know if Shannon can ship to Australia, if that would be efficient, but maybe. My forehead feels fuzzy for some reason. Focus on that place, dude. Where your focus goes, so does your energy. I can be reached on Discord. There we go, friends. Please do. And you can find her Discord username if you just check on the chats. You should be able to find her. Thank you for always seeking the divine. I appreciate it more than you know, or maybe you do know. I appreciate you in the same capacity and depth, Brother Bear. So I know from the same place of knowing that I love you, right? Thank you. All that I am is the I that we are, but the bear. And we get to be awakened to that I consciousness, to that oneness, to that awareness that we are not alone. We're gonna change the world because of it, dude. We just have to keep showing up for that, man. Keep believing that love is true. We can't be stopped. Literally, it's impossible. We cannot be stopped. What wench, quaif? Maybe I'll be an adult when I'm 44. This reminds me of the few things first. When we were young, we wanted so badly to be an adult. Now look at us. We want to be children. More with every second. Yeah, yeah. Like there was this little few liner that I saved on an Instagram post, and I was still posting there, where it was basically this riddle of, you know, juice becoming wine and races becoming people instead of cars, and it was like this whole little shtick on growing up. It's so overrated. Growing up sucks. Please stay young. Always run amok. Oh, choose to create the world you want. I feel like I'm gonna like perform on Coco Melon any second. Suddenly a whole new reality. What the hell? What, what's happening? I've reached a new level doing the Wim Hof breathing work method yesterday. I did 2 sessions back to back. I was so powerful I could feel my hands vibrating. I don't know if I've told you this story, Maxine. I've told it on stream before, but I don't like it hasn't been a recent story, like maybe months ago at this point. But the most powerful psychedelic experience I've had in my entire life was with Wim Hof breathing, where I went through, the first cycle, 33 breaths and then holding for both in and out. And then there was like, this intensity kind of like a rising of the buzzing, as you mentioned, the buzzing in your hands and in your chest. For me, my chest is the one that really buzzes. It's almost like I feel like I'm melting from the inside out and I'm going to explode. It's kind of a trip. And it like grows and it grows and it grows. And on the third cycle of me going through this, I closed my eyes again as I completely exhaled, and it was almost like I was instantly sucked into or synced into this boardroom. And there was this like beautiful oval table that had an eye in the center of it, and there were these entities sitting around this eye. And as soon as I got sucked into it, and I was in like my human shape, I got sucked into it, and I found myself instantly looked at by everything in this room, almost in a way where like they were asking, "What the hell is this first thing doing here?" And my interpretation of this look that they're giving me is I have to convince them that I'm supposed to be here, or I have to convince them that I'm here for a reason. So I basically start ranting about humanity and about where we are as humanity right now, and about the challenges we'll face going into the future, and how it is we're supposed to be how it is we're supposed to be, and I basically realize what's actually happening, and I kind of come to this point of awareness that I'm sitting on my bed right now with my legs crossed, and I'm holding my breath, and it was the thing that's kind of like tripping me out, and why I say it's the most powerful psychedelic experience I've had is because of the sense of, I think, maybe outer bodiness. Is that the word? Like I could feel myself being in a different state of reality completely. Not only could I envision it and I could see how what I'm seeing could be different reality, but I was seeing myself in different reality. And I was like, bruh, coming back into my breath, I was like, yeah, I don't know. Still alive, still here in this moment. Thank you, so that we can have this serendipitous meeting. Brother Lane, how is it going, dude? Do let us know, man. Thank you for always seeking. Thank you again, Mother Bear. What the images mean when you do that healing energy melt more? I don't know, friend. It means whatever it means to you. That's the beauty of what I am. I'm not claiming to know something that you don't. I'm not claiming to be something that you're not. I am just another person, like a bird, Like you look at two little birds, two little, parrots, and they're just like vibing, kind of looking at one another. Right? We as human beings are exactly that. Only you understand the sounds I'm making, but your understanding comes from you. It's divinely unique to you. So when you hear me say things, Nova, that is your interpretation. Whatever it means to you is what it means. Whatever it means to you is what it means. Nothing more, nothing less. I'm not expecting you to change who you are because of the things that I've said, but you can change who you are because of the things that you feel. You can lean into that feeling, become even more equipped to feel. A little stressed, but I'm so exhausted. I needed to take a break today. Even though I still have rehearsals today, I'm not going to think about much other than that for today. Tomorrow I start preparing for 2 more gigs. Yassi Lane. Like, do you feel this experience you're having right now with the amount of intensity is illuminating something for you? Like I'm thinking about this trip, and I don't even know if I should share this. From this perspective of not wanting to say something that you might not need to hear. But I respect you enough as a friend to ask you these questions. Do you feel you would want to do this as a career going forward? Because not only is it going to get worse, but it's going to get a lot worse. You're going to work a lot harder, going to be a lot tireder, going to be rocking even harder, and I know that is what you're signing up for, being a rock star, like an actual rock star. And I see you as a rock star already, Brother Lane, and I want you to know that, and I'm saying that with a purpose. You don't have to become a rock star to be a rock star, dude. You're already a rock star in my eyes. Honestly, I love the work. I'm just not used to it quite yet. Okay, you see, that makes me happy to hear, bro. Like I know that's what your fractal is. That's your archetype. That's the visceral beingness that you're in this world, you know. And it's gonna be more than just metal. I'm gonna make metal with you, Lane. Watch it though. We're gonna make metal together because you can have metal as a form of expression, and it can be beautiful. It can be just as beautiful as everything else we're doing. It doesn't have to be separate. Hmm. Hmm. I don't know what's happening, but it seems like the YouTube stream restarted itself. Like it's telling me that it's only 30 minutes long. A little bit suspect. I hope it doesn't cut the stream off or like we lose bits of it. Honestly, I love the work. And I love you, Lane. Like I wish I could just give you the fractal of you that I have in my head. And I will be able to at some point, dude. And I look forward to that. I look not only look forward to it, but I think that's gonna be a big thing, if that makes sense. I wanna give people the fractal that I see. You know? Instead of just me telling you something, giving you a compliment, I'm gonna be like, this is what I see when I look at you. Oh goodness, it might be a little bit much, you know. Like I don't know if it's gonna be well received always, but it's always gonna be beautiful, and that's the point. It's so dark there now. I mean, it's late. It's pretty late. It's past 6, but I'm so happy to be here with you, friends. So much love to you. Like I think maybe we're gonna like finish the stream off. I'm totally okay with that. Wait a second, let me go up a little bit. Otto the Fox, you sound South African. You would be right in assuming that I am South African. We have a part animator, the used, even as well. How nice to have you friends here with us. You caught your dancing earlier this AM, but I don't seem to get any notifications for your feeds. Spicy, a part animator. But it is what it is, friend. At least you found us eventually. Here we are. But Matlat, do you guys did you go to ups? To ups? No. Can't say that I have, friend. But a card. I'm gonna pull a card, Shan. Don't worry. No no worries. Only excitement. There's gonna be a card pull very soon. We'll have to Google this. You sound African, cool accent, thank you. I speak this way. Yes, words come out of my face and they sound accented. It's like filters, like fonts. I'm speaking in a font. No, never taken psychedelics, but I did DXM and it was trippy, and I felt like I was dying and being reborn again. You've told us the story and remerging in my body. It was so weird. I feel, like it can be seen as weird, or it can just be your consciousness showing you a part of reality that is ultimate reality. The fact that you are constantly being reborn and dying again. That is your reality. Only you get to experience a sense of permanence within the impermanence as a human being, as a physical form right now. So enjoy that, Nova. Embrace that, friend. Make the most of that. Share as much love as you can in that form. Phew, phew, phew. Thank you so much, Shannon. I smoked DMT and saw Joe Rogan. I'm not surprised, dude. He's very much put himself in that archetype. That inspires me to do more back-to-back sessions. Thank you, Maxine, for that love, friend. Good job streaming me more. Thank you, friend. I'm feeling the vibes for today. 21st century, we go all the way into the darkness. Darkness. Whoa! Peppy was just like, yeah, I'm gonna sing along. I wanted to like while she was like barking, I sang light. Can be seen as light. Loud. Woo woo woo! Oh, that's so trippy. That psychedelic experience. Life is the psychedelic experience, Nova. The fact that you are a human being right now with little handsies, opposable thumbs. The fact that you are experiencing a reality on the other side of reality. It's all trippy, dude. Thank you, beloved friend, for being in this experience with us, man. Hey, Maxine, we're at the bottom. Love you, friends. Happy Smile Seeker. Love you Too many to vibrate. Love you friends, Max Beans, Melt and Lane, making metal, busts out, six string, Melt opens a cosmic portal and warps in some ores. We're just gonna make alien metal. Yes, I can see it. Like the thing that I'm envisioning as well is we'll be able to create content as different entities. You know, like it will still be Meltmore, just a morphed version of Meltmore. So I'll literally, I've already envisioned myself doing this with like some of the Psytrance tracks that I listen to, like Menu Must tracks. He has a way of implementing melodies in a way where it sounds like some cute little alien singing. So I 100% envision the future of the content I would like to create of like mocap suiting my physical movements into the virtual realm, then applying a cute little alien over top of that mocap suit, syncing the mouth movements to the melodies of the songs or doing it myself, and then basically dancing to the music in a way where it's like you're literally looking into an alien reality and there's this little superstar alien singing his heart out to Cytron's beats, and there's just like background dancers that is also going to be versions of the self, if you will. Dancing to the beat, you know. I don't know if you can see what I'm seeing, but I'm looking forward to being able to create stuff like that as well. And I'm gonna do the same thing. I want to do the same thing with the metal lane. If you would like that, dude, we're gonna do some stuff like that as well. It's so dark. You, isn't it like complete pitch black where you are right now as well? Somehow, I was 3 minutes behind in the stream, and here you are in the present moment. Meltmore just turned into darkness. I am the darkness, moving as light. I am the light, filled with darkness. Thank you for entertaining me, Nova. Your loved friend. Hello to you, Global Professor. How are you doing, friend? Mm. Speaking of metal, Melty, do you enjoy Sepultura? Sepultura. I don't know of Sepultura. Thank you for sharing the name with me. Would you be willing to send me the name on Discord as well, actually, Maxine, so that I can like properly like type it into my YouTube music? The metal band I've been listening to as of late has just been Brothers of Metal. It's like I don't know. It's hitting a spot. It's really hitting a spot. Thank you for asking Maxine. Like, please do share it with me. Yes, yes, Brothers of Metal. I I feel empowered, friends. Thank you. Thank you for being in this moment with me, sharing some vibes, for being in the 21st century. Huh? How about that? You know what? I'm gonna continue streaming until my cell phone dies. How about that for 21st century living? Literally show up with a phone full of charge, only leave when the phone is dead. Yeah. 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 I mean, that's kind of like some sort of analogy, right? There has to be an analogy in there somewhere. It's 11:11. Of course it is, Maxine. Feels like 11:11 right now. Yeah, thank you for allowing me to tune into that frequency with you. I appreciate it. Manifesting, manifesting with everything we have. Not only giving a few percentages, giving all of the percentages. I'm gonna give all of the percentages, friends, into infinity and beyond. Because I'm finite, right? Like I can give everything of myself and it will still be nothing and infinite. And it's about what I'm gonna choose. So I'm gonna try and choose to give the infinite instead of the nothing, as much as I can at least. I'm pulling a card right now. It's gonna be probably difficult for you friends to see. Hermes Plur to you too. It's even more dark. That's how it works, dude. The sun is ever setting. I'm working on my painting, listening to Melt in the Dark. Love you too, Red Clicker again, friend. Thank you. Oh, thank you, friends, so much. Ah, Gob and Red Clicker. I have thanked you, friends, in the dance stream, but I'd like to thank you again. Thank you so much. We pulled the purification meditation card. Amara did the thank yous with me last night. Yes, that makes me so happy to hear. Like, that to me, I feel is like one of the coolest things that I've been trying to practice. It's just like active gratitude. Before I go to sleep, I have a little, I call it a ritual. Some people might be triggered by that word. I have this little ritual where I thank the water by drinking a cup of water. I imagine to myself a color that I associate with water in that moment, a smell, a sound, and a feeling. Then I do the same for fire, lighting a piece of incense. I do the same for earth. I do the same for air. And then I just sit in that gratitude. Sometimes, like at this point, after like really consolidating this understanding in myself of getting into gratitude loops, I literally put myself in a gratitude loop where I go, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much, thank you for this, thank you for that, thank you for love, thank you. I literally over and over and over and over and over and over again until I get exhausted almost, and then I'll like just sit in that feeling, in that energy for as long as I feel comfortable, and then I go to sleep. And it's been life changing, genuinely. Like it's just this feeling of after my entire day, after everything I go through, just trying to actively and with intention practice gratitude. It was trippy. My heart was so happy. It was beautiful. Thank you so much, Shan, for including her. Really. My screen is pitch black. I didn't think it could get any darker. Now it's pure darkism. Darknessism. I mean, I don't know if you'll be able to see this. This is the card we pulled. Yes, extreme darkness. Almost nothing can be seen. Purification, meditation. I don't know if I have enough light to even read right now. I don't actually think so. Let's see. The geometry of golden. No. This is giving me brain damage. Buddha! Papa! Peppy! Okay, my manifestation skills only extend that far, I guess. Can't see it at all. I'm so sorry, Shan. That's one of the caveats of streaming this late, is that we don't get the blessings of sunlight to illuminate our cards, if you will. We have like 5% left on the Reddit phone as well. So if I just randomly disappear, friends, please know why. We are family mode. Yes, we are. Red clicker. Couldn't say it better myself. Thank you for the love, friend. After our talk yesterday, it helped me focus and start working out again, and it cleaned my entire house. Thank you for the inspiration, friend. Thank you for allowing me to teach you as well as you're teaching me. Maxine, thank you. Just thank you, friend. I wish I could give you the amount of love that I feel for you in my heart. Thank you so much for being here in this moment. You inspired me, Gab, you inspired me, and I went and got some Sumutra. Now, I too, as as sipping gold-laced beans from the gods with two fingers out. Yes, I mean you're not at god level quite yet, where the cup just floats between the fingers. He doesn't actually have to grip down on the filthy material world. Of course not. But maybe if you like keep drinking the samutra, it will go down to like, you know, eventually one finger and then no finger. Love you, Maxine. Thank you so much for the silliness. Your painting is freaking beautiful, Goober. Oh yes, went back and watched some of your streams the other day. You're so beautiful, homie. Like the way he shows up in the stream, you know, like an actual manifestation of just pure goodness in the universe. It makes me so happy to see his face. I love you, Gob, so much, Brother Bear. All of the love and light in me sees, acknowledges, and appreciates all the love and light in all of you. Namaste, everyone. Be the wonderful you that you are. Corey, thank you for that encouragement, for that love, beloved friend. We look forward to seeing you again soon. Gobby painting reminds me of Tool. Mmm. Swing on the spiral. I like that. That is a massive compliment. What do you think about that? Delicious. Cheers. There we go. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. If anyone hasn't told you today, I love you. You're beautiful and you deserve tacos. How about that, friends? If you didn't hear that today, now you have. Go out and love yourself a little bit more, knowing that you deserve tacos, friends. You deserve good stuff. You deserve love. You deserve compassion. You deserve attention. You deserve more than you could ever imagine, friends. And you can be grateful for everything that you've, gotten up to this point as well in the same breath. Whew. Thank you, friends, for the love. All I hear is a voice. I see nothing. What is the experience like, seeing nothing and only hearing a voice? I feel it's a unique one. Maybe one that is necessary to be had. You know, you get to be a little bit more unbiased. You get to hear just the Meltmore voice without seeing the Meltmore fractal. Who is Meltmore even? Is Meltmore still Meltmore without having been able to see his face? Would I be less Meltmore or more Meltmore if I never revealed my face? Yes, suddenly all of these quandaries, all of these pondering points comes up to be pitulated or something. I don't know. Spiral out. Keep going. Keep going. Keep becoming more. Keep choosing love. I pictured Nimbus from Rick and Morty when you said delicious. Nimbus. Mm. Delicious. Touches your face, licks his own hand type of vibes. Maxine. It's like hearing the voice of God talking to you, but you see nothing in front of you. It's just a voice talking to you from above. Thank you, Nova. I like that imagery, friend. Love you, Max Beans. Thank you, Shannon. Shannon loves you, Maxine. Mel's voice is soothing. I'm gonna fall asleep. I'm happy to hear that. Thank you, Amanda. If anything, I feel it's a compliment to have a soothing voice. At least people don't actively want to silence me when they hear me speak. That helps. That makes me feel, something. Yes, yes, I'm happy. I'm happy I can tune into the frequency with you. I'm so surprised with how well my phone is lasting today. I almost, and this is now one of those hippie woo woo trip stuff, but it's almost like the energy that we practice in the stream influences the cell phone in a way where if it's good energy being practiced, the cell phone lasts longer. Because we've sat down of 100% charge and the phone only lasts for like an hour and a half. And now we're at like 2 hours and 20 minutes. Almost gonna hit 222. Two. And there's 2% battery still left. So I'm happy to be in this moment with you. It probably helps that the screen is completely blacked out. 1% battery left. 222. Damn. Damn is right, friend. Damn indeed. Totally agree. Love you, Maxine. Imagine that, as a reality of our future, that our energy output, our love, will literally be powering our future technologies. That the more in tune you vibrate with the infinity, the more of the infinity you'll have. And that's already our reality. There it goes. There it goes. The phone just died. Always see angelic numbers like two, 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 and a one, one, one. Oh, a seven, 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 seven. Two, 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 two. I know one, 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 and a seven, and a seven, and a seven, 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 seven. Thank you. Nice singing. Thank you, Nova. I'm being a little bit comical. I have to go to the bathroom, and I'm also tuning into the sevens because we have a friend, the medicine mother herself, that also tunes into the frequency of seven, friend. So I'm happy that you were choosing out of all of the frequencies those to mention as well. Thank you, friends, out of all of the frequencies for choosing this one today. Like, we have so much information in the 21st century, and the fact that you're here instead of anywhere else is an absolute blessing. You're blessing me with you, and I recognize that, and I thank you for that. I love you. Have an amazing night, friends. Well, probably amazing day. Love you. I'll see you again soon. Goodbye, dear friends.